We want to warn you that this is a difficult case to tell, and the details are gruesome.
She's a f***ing weirdo, and she held me over and laughed.
Susan Monica admitted to feeding her two men to her pigs.
They need something to eat. There will always be something to eat. I have to feed them twice a day.
Today, we will learn from this hair-raising story how important it is to get to know someone before working for them. Making even a small mistake throughout the job hunting process might be fatal. This is a tragic story of two men who lost their lives because of a trans cold killer who valued the lives of her pigs more than humans. Without further ado, let's get started and learn the truth about what happened. Susan Monica was born Steven Buchanan in California in 1948. After serving in the U.S. Navy during the Vietnam War, she started living as a woman. Susan Monica purchased a 20-acre farm in the remote Weimar, Oregon in 1991. She also owned a company called White Queen Construction that built wrought iron gates and fences. Monica originally purchased her property as undeveloped woodlands. She built a substantial barn and got a house under construction. She employed Robert Haney in 2013 via a Craigslist advertisement. He served as her carpenter, laborer, and handyman. Robert struck a deal with Susan Monica in which he would receive some cash and be permitted to remain on the land. Robert's son, Jesse, claimed that his father relished the solitude of living alone in the woods. But in December 2013, things became a touch too calm. Jesse and his siblings drove out on January 1st to see how their father was doing. Monica, whom they spoke to, stated she hadn't seen him since he resigned 4 months ago. Jesse told the investigators that Monica asked the children to get their father's belongings. However, Jesse realized something was off when he saw his father's trailer. Robert's leather jacket was strewn with his tools. Jesse said, quote, "I got goosebumps seeing my father's things in that condition." The Jackson County Sheriff's Office received a missing persons report from the Haney family. They discovered that it had been months since anyone had seen Robert and that he had lived off of cash, making it challenging to follow his whereabouts. Detectives drove out to Monica's farm to question her about Robert's disappearance. The property was crowded with automobiles, trash, and improvised buildings. According to former Jackson County Sheriff's Detective Julie Denny, quote, "That home has an eerie vibe to it. There was a very strong odor there, a lot of degradation." Then, something incredibly unsettling was discovered by the investigators.
This is the inside of Susan Monica's living area, where we contacted her this morning. We arrived.
A human limb in the catchment pond. It looked like a human leg that had been amputated mid-femur and cut off at the toes.
Pieces of other bone.
Detectives asked Monica if she knew the possible reason for Robert's disappearance, while keeping the discovery of the human bones and a body part a secret from her. This was done to find out whether there was any connection between Robert's disappearance and what detectives found on Monica's land. Monica told the detective that Robert had resided and worked on the land for 6 months, but he suffered a nasty fall. She stated, quote, "He received a troubling phone call from a family member that she had been the victim of violence, and he was really disturbed about it. Robert started binge drinking and acting erratically. After a few days, he asked me to take care of his stuff and said that he would come home after a few days." Another team of investigators found the biggest link in the case by tracking down Robert's EBT card. They discovered that it had last been used on December 2013 in a Walmart in Grants Pass, Oregon, some 25 minutes away from Monica's property. After viewing security camera footage, the detectives discovered Monica using Robert's card. This much evidence was enough for investigators to take Monica into the sheriff's office for interrogation. She related a strange and scary tale when confronted with the finding of a human leg on her land. Monica says, quote, "It was last October when I went to feed my pigs. I saw Robert lying there with his intestines all over the place.
I saw it. That his guts, laying on his back.
She further said He was about to die. There was no use for him to escape, so I did not stop my pigs and killed Robert to relieve his pain.
I knew there was no way for him to be alive more than a couple more minutes.
After a few days, I collected his remains and placed them in a rubbish bag. A wild animal later entered one of the bags and dragged the foot out to the pond.
And so what happened, after you fed the rest of your animals and then checked to see, obviously the pigs are going to do what they're going to do. You can't stop them.
Right.
So if they're going to come back to them, if you originally maybe you were trying to shoo them off, but obviously leaving him there, they're going to eat him, right?
Yes.
So did you check back to see?
A couple days later. Well, no, I mean every day. And
did you ever move any part of him out of the pen? I mean, there's got to be some parts that aren't eaten, like you said, they don't eat clothes, right?
A few days later, when most of him was gone, I went in there and I picked up the clothes. I picked up the few parts that were left.
And what was left?
There was the skull and an arm, and I'm not sure. I know there was the skull.
According to Monica, she withheld information from the authorities out of concern that they would kill her pigs. She broke down and said they would find worse when they asked what else they would uncover on her property. A year before Robert signed the contract, a handyman named Steven DeLisino was working on Monica's property.
There's part of another body.
Okay.
His name is Steve.
Anybody come around asking about him?
No.
How did you meet him?
He was one of those people that just showed up to work.
Some of Monica's belongings allegedly vanished in the summer of 2012. Monica saw all her stuff in Steven's house.
Steve was a thief. He stole a lot of things from people.
According to Monica, when she asked Steven about it, he suddenly started shouting angrily and started a hand-to-hand fight.
Hey, I could grab your hair and strangle you with it.
Oh my gosh, why would you say that?
I don't know! I don't know!
And she was left with no choice but to kill him to save herself. She then gave the pigs Steven's corpse to eat before burying what was left. An investigator questioned Monica about any further bodies on the property before the session was over. Her response was horrifying. She warned him that she would spend the rest of her life in prison if she revealed the identities of the other 17. Numerous crime scene investigators dug almost 100 trenches on Monica's property throughout the weeks that followed. They discovered the bones of Robert and Steven, along with a significant number of other personal items and a collection of shoes, but no more bodies. Perhaps Monica lied to the investigators about those 17 bodies. At Monica's trial in April 2015, Garen Piedmont, the defense attorney, said that there was insufficient proof to refute Monica's assertions that she killed Steven in self-defense, or to demonstrate that Robert was still alive when Monica killed him.
Susan, what do you think the chances are we're going to find the rest of Robert?
The only place that I would be able to say would be if it were in the gully between where his stuff is and the trailer. He might have fallen down.
Robert's legs had been severed with an axe, and the thigh bones revealed evidence of animal gnawing. It was difficult to know whether the axe strikes occurred before or after Robert's death. Monica also spoke to Robert's family, maintaining her account that a month after he vanished in the fall of 2013, she found a disemboweled Robert strangely in her enclosure, being eaten by pigs and close to death. While sitting in court, Monica stated, quote, "I couldn't bring myself to contact you just to say, hey, your father has finally shown up. Come grab him out of my pig pen. I was unable to do it." The jury rejected Monica's claims that she killed Robert to end his suffering and that she hit Steven 5 times in the head after a dispute in her barn. From opening statements to close, Defense attorneys continued reminding jurors of Monica's peculiar behaviors. She often threatened to kill people and feed them to her pigs. According to a report at the time, Monica was detained on January 14, 2014, and was later charged with 2 charges each of murder and first-degree abuse of a corpse, as well as 1 count of identity theft. Later, her piglets were put to death. On April 21, 2015, Susan Monica was given a sentence of at least 50 years in jail. So, that is the end of the story. Please use the Super Thanks feature to support this channel.